Tell me about, okay, because when you say security and this kind of thing, I know websites are the range. You can get a cheap website. You can get a website that is on the order of Fort Knox. You know, so I mean, there seems to be a resistance to this transparency that you're referring to, because if you're trying to put up a website that enables the public to see what's going on for themselves, rather than having to depend on the media per se, because it seems like certain ones have a way of getting what they want out in the media, and the whole story's not being told.
Right.
So you're trying to put it out there to where, look, here it all is. Check
That's
it out
right.
for yourself.
Make your own mind up. Here it is. Look at it. And two, it allows citizens to have input, make suggestions, because if they see it, as soon as we do it, they can say, hey, I think maybe if you do it another way,
Okay.
it might work better.
So
you they don't have to wait a whole month
yes,
to know what we did in council meeting.
instantaneous interaction.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. All right. And then it's also my understanding you're trying to make it possible for those who wish to make payments for their utilities. They can
Right.
make that online and this kind of
They
thing.
can do that online. They can do that online. They can make that payments. Well, we do have that capability right
Okay.
now. They can pay their water bills online. They can pay traffic fines online.
All right.
So we have that capability, but it's I think we can have it a little bit better by bringing it all under one umbrella.
Okay.
It's kind of scattered right now.
The IT experts that I've spoken with on the West Coast, where I come from, when I began to inquire as to what a website like this should cost, I'm hearing numbers into the $60,000 and $70,000 range. And when I asked the person who, Ms. Cherie Rabin of E-Commerce Canyon, what she was charging, she said she was charging less than half of that. But yet there's this this wild screaming about the price. Can you address that issue for a moment?
Ms. Rabin was not the first person I had talked to about a website for our city. I had talked to several people, and like you say, it goes from you can go from Cadillac to back down to
Hoopty.
It depending on what you want, what you're trying to get for your city. And she had what I felt Grambling needed in order to have a good, secure website.
Okay.
And
because you mentioned security breaches before.
right.
And so this is a matter of tightening up.
That was one of the reasons why the state police were brought in, security breaches.
All right.
And just in June, we had a problem in the water system.
Loss of data.
Yes, and which
how does that happen? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
If this system that we were trying to put in had been in place, there's no way it could happen. And if it did happen, we'd know exactly why and how.
I understand.
We don't know that now.
So this resistance then to put in such a system, it sounds like whoever had their hand in the cookie jar just don't want to get caught. I mean, okay.
That's what it sounds. Now, you asked a question earlier about the $47,000. The only thing I've seen is a spreadsheet. So, and when the young lady was asked about the deposits, she showed where they had been made. When the auditors left last year.
Who's the young lady you're referring to?
Elizabeth.
Okay.
She was making deposits.
Jones?
Yeah, she was making deposits at the time. And she had some illness during that period. deposits may not have been made as timely as they should have. We were going through some stuff with, we had brought in an accountant. I was not satisfied with him. I had let him go. And so we were having all kind of transition problems. And, but the accountants have not shown me yet where this money came from that's missing.
When you say where it came from.
What money, what account is it missing from?
Oh, in other words, is there even any money missing?
That's what I'm talking about.
Because why? The bank records aren't indicating a loss or a missing funds?
Well, in some accounts, we have more money than we had before. And you know, more taken in. So, where, you know, where did what funds are missing is what I'm trying to say.
I understand.
What account was it taken from?
So this is where the state police have come in, and this is where they're investigating to even determine
if there's funds missing, where missing, what account. And the sad thing is, it's been 2 years or more, well, going on 2 years, and we haven't gotten a report from the state police. We haven't gotten our records back. And the new auditor that's on board is not gonna be able to give a clean audit unless she can get those records. That's why I'm trying to find out who's in charge.
Yes.
Over there now.
All right.
Because we need the records back so that they can be audited. If you can't, how you know money's missing if the records haven't been audited?
So there's a set of an entire, how many years worth of records?
08.
So if 08 is missing, how do you know where you can go in 09? You don't even know what you're working with, really.
No, you're working blind. Almost, you know.
And so,
not really, but you're working handicapped.
Okay. Okay.
And so she, in order to do her audit for 09, she's got to have a start on 08.
Yes.
So that's what you're saying.
That is it.
And until she can get that, we can get those records back here so that she can look at them, we still gonna have a problem with a good audit. We're not gonna have a good audit.
Right.
And it's late. That's a finding.
Yes.
The accountant wasn't ready when they came on board after we finally got somebody hired. I don't know if she's supposed to come back on the 28th. I don't know if they could be ready then.
Oh my. Okay. Any final thoughts?
The other thing about the taxes, I don't know, I can't see how they were not paid. They were taken out of the checks, as we all know. I'm talking about the income taxes.
Yes.
Why they were not paid, I'm thinking they're being paid.
Because you have a financial person for that.
Yes. Also, I have an outside company who's supposed to be reconciling the statements. So why didn't somebody say the state taxes got paid?
Mm-hmm.
So why? I'm just not understanding why that wasn't done.
Yeah.
And I guess the only way I can get an answer to that would be to ask the person who was supposed to be paid. And I haven't had a chance to do that. I haven't had an opportunity to do that.
All right. How did it become your fault? Because I'm hearing it's your fault.
Mm-hmm. Well, I understand, and I accept the fact that the buck stops with me. But no one person can do everything, and you have to, in a position like this, you have to surround yourself with people who are honest, people who know what they're doing, and want to see the town move forward.
Yes.
That's crucial. That's stop there.
Well, no, that's fine. I mean, that says a lot right there.
Evidently, I didn't have that.
All right. All right. Okay.
I didn't have it in the persons that I entrusted it to. I also didn't have it in the council members because they did not support me when I was trying to get to the bottom of what's going on here. Instead of supporting me like they did at first, they clean it up, get it done, we're gonna be here for you.
Yes.
That's what they told me. And all of a sudden, wham, a complete reversal.
Maybe you were getting too close. I know that's speculation, but it sounds like you were onto something, that you've been onto something, and I can't see anybody objecting. I've worked in security, I've worked in audit, and it doesn't make any sense at all to me why anybody would object to securing or creating a way for your books to be tight, limiting unauthorized access,
right,
and for making whatever needs to be publicly made known, put it out there. It doesn't make sense to block that kind of effort.
No, it doesn't. And they, since all of this started, they blocked several projects that would have been good for the city, not only the city and the university. We had an opportunity to work with a gentleman to bring broadband into the community.
When you say broadband, you're talking about high-speed internet, DSL?
Right. And that all of the small communities now are trying desperately to get broadband.
So Grambling doesn't have that?
No, and we could have had it.
Now you're talking about a college community.
I'm talking about a college community, laboratory schools, and businesses.
Even the older citizens who reside here, retired professors, retired school teachers, and this kind of thing, and they can't get high-speed internet.
No. They get what's on the Sudden Link.
Okay.
And,
okay.
Whomever.
Well, where does the current high-speed internet come from? Okay, you're talking about broadband. You're trying to get broadband in.
I'm talking actually into. What they were going to do. They were going to come in and put a building here.
I see.
And operate from here, which would have given us access to it, and we would have it to supply to the community and the university.
And even possibly surrounding?
Right.
Wait a minute. That was blocked. So that would have been a source of revenue for the town.
Yes.
So that's some of that industry we're talking about, being able to come in and help relieve some of the tax burden on the citizens. Okay.
The sidewalks could have been finished.
Okay. All right, well, I appreciate your time. It's been a good interview. Good luck to you in the mayor's race.
Thank you.